or fit isn't a fad or a trend. Instead, it's a lifestyle. Namaste to one and all. Respected Chief Guest of the Day, Dr. Harikumar Menon, Principal Srimati Ramadevi KP, Vice Principal Srimati Sridevi A, teachers and my dear friends. Every year, 29th of September is observed as World Heart Day, and we are extremely glad that on this occasion we have a renowned personality amidst us, the guest of the day, Dr. Harikumar Menon. Dr. Harikumar is a senior consultant in plastic and cosmetic surgery at Lakeshore Hospital, Cochin. Having completed his MBBS from Government Medical College, Kottayam, he took his master's degree in surgery from BJ Medical College, Ahmedabad. Moreover, Dr. Harikumar also owns MC's degree in plastic surgery to his credit from Grant Medical College, Mumbai. Apart from that, it's indeed a matter of pleasure and pride that he is also the father of two of our schoolmates, Madhav Harikumar Menon of Standard 10A and Radhika of Standard 5A. On behalf of the entire Varna fraternity, I extend out a hearty welcome to Dr. Harikumar Menon to this function. I also welcome Principal Srimati Ramadevi KP, Vice Principal Srimati Sridevi A, and each and every one of you to this program. Thank you.
Namaste to all the students and teachers of Varina Vidyalaya. Thank you for having me with you in this virtual meeting. Today is World Heart Day, and that is the reason why I have been asked to give a message to all the students. As I understand, the primary audience among the students varies from 5 years to about 18 years. That's a big age spectrum to talk to. So I'll try to keep this simple without using a lot of medical words and jargon. So as I said, today is World Heart Day, and as you would probably know, most of the specially denoted days that we celebrate, like Independence Day, Republic Day, Gandhi Jayanti or Christmas, they all are done to remember some event in the past or some personality who is not with us now, so that we don't forget their sacrifices or the values they stood or the reasons for certain celebrations. But the World Heart Day is different because the heart is not a past event, it's right here with us, it's still beating as we speak. So why should we have a World Heart Day? And also, some of you may be wondering why a doctor is speaking to school students. Aren't doctors supposed to be in hospital treating sick patients? Why should a doctor talk to students? So that's the second question. And these are the two questions that you probably may have in your mind. And in the next few minutes, I'll answer these questions, and that will be my message to you all. So the first question, why do we have a World Heart Day? So we know that the heart is a small organ. It's about the size of our closed fist. It's here in the center of our chest, and it keeps on pumping blood. It beats about 1 lakh times in a day. But it's a very strong muscular organ. And to keep doing its function, the heart needs nourishment. And this nourishment comes through blood. There are small blood vessels called coronary arteries that supply blood to the muscles of the heart. These blood vessels are like small pipes. The blood flows through these pipes, but if there is any blockage to the pipes, the blood flow will be disrupted, and if the blood flow is blocked, a large portion of the heart may not function, and that is what we call as a heart attack, where you may have heard of heart attack where there is sudden chest pain and people are taken to hospital and they are in critical care. So that's because of the disruption in the blood flow, and this happens due to the disease inside the blood vessels supplying the heart. And unfortunately now these heart attacks and other diseases of heart are increasing worldwide, and it is causing a lot of death and disability worldwide. And most of these problems happen in people in the very active age group. So the effect can, it causes a lot of emotional and financial trouble to the people and families and also to the society involved. So the World Heart Day is celebrated, or we observe the World Heart Day. So the awareness about these problems can be spread and we can lower the impact of the diseases caused to the heart vessels. Luckily, most of these diseases can be prevented. So awareness about the problems and the impact and how to delay them will go a long way in preventing these problems. Similarly, arteries that carry blood to the brain can also get affected by the same disease process, and any blockage to these vessels can cause damage to the brain cells, which can result in paralysis of one side of the body or face or arms or legs, which is called as stroke. There are also other cardiovascular diseases like high blood pressure and some other diseases of the circulatory system, which are all part of the same spectrum, and they all can be prevented to a great extent by certain measures. So in the medical world, we say that prevention is better than cure, which means if you can prevent or delay disease for a longer time, it is better than becoming sick and the disease takes you to the hospital and there is a lot of more problems associated with the disease. So remember, prevention is better than cure, and that is why we observe the World Heart Day, so we can spread awareness about these diseases and how to prevent them. So now the second question is, why talk to students about heart disease? Very young people hardly get heart diseases, so why talk to all of you about this? So when the heart diseases became rampant and the chances and the incidence of it started going up, especially in the Western countries, richer economies, a lot of research was done as to find out why these diseases happen and how to prevent them. Millions of dollars have been spent and still research is going on to find out how to reduce the burden of these problems. And most of the research till now has thrown up very interesting facts. And what it shows is that heart diseases to a large extent can be controlled by having healthy living habits. And as we all know, it's easier to develop habits earlier in life, like when you are in school. So what habits you develop now will stay with you for a longer period of time. And as the saying in Malayalam goes, Chuttaile Sheelam Chudalavare. So if you know about these good habits and how it helps you, then you will be inclined to cultivate this habit, and that in turn will help you stay healthy for a longer period of your life. So now let us look at some of these relatively simple measures but having a major impact on your health. Let's see what are these things that we can do to reduce the burden or reduce the chances of having a heart disease or a cardiovascular disease like heart attack or stroke. The most important thing is physical activity. It's very important for a human being to be active throughout his life. At least some amount of physical activity should be there every day in your life. It could be walking, it could be sports, it could be yoga. Most of these things are, taught to you in school. Like you have yoga, you have PT periods which you all enjoy. So this is the time to start getting interested or develop hobbies of having some sport or some physical activity. It could even be dance or something like that which keeps you moving. So physical activity is very important, and it's important nowadays because what we are seeing is a lot of people are having sedentary lifestyle because a lot of work now, you just have to sit and do your work. And nowadays you don't have to move around to get stuff. You can just order things on the phone and it comes to your home. So the amount of physical activity that we require normally is becoming less and less. So now we have to think and remember and do certain physical activity to keep ourselves healthy. So that is number one. Point number one, increase physical activity, maintain physical activity. Number two important point is healthy, balanced diet. Again, I have seen in science books that you all learn the importance of a healthy, balanced diet. And what is important here is that as far as possible, eat home cooked healthy food. When we eat outside, we tend to eat mainly junk food. Things like burger or pizza, fried items. The problem with these kinds of food is that they have high amount of salt. Some of them have high amount of sugar, and most of them have high amount of oil in them. So all these things add up. They increase the amount of calories in your diet, and these get converted into fat, and some of these fat molecules get deposited into the arteries. Like I said before, our arteries are like small pipes, and when these fat get deposited in the arteries, it causes blockage. So a healthy, balanced diet, avoiding junk food, is very important. So that's point number two, healthy, balanced diet. Now, third point is to have a happy mind, to keep yourself stress-free. The fortunate part with children is that most of them are naturally stress-free. But when you are when you are in teenagers, when you are in high school, 11th and 12th, you have a lot of challenges coming up, and that teenage hormone changes happen. So that sometimes causes some anxiety or stress in the mind. And right now it may not impact you much, but down the line also a lot of challenges will happen in life. And it is important that when such events happen, we keep ourselves as much as possible stress-free. And to do that, there are some things that help us, like yoga will help, meditation will help, and also having a lot of social activity, talking to other people, talking positively to others, keeping yourself surrounded with positive things, like hobbies that you may enjoy, maybe stamp collection, coin collection, or some other hobby. All these things will help you keep yourself in a positive frame of mind. And we all know that emotions also affect our heart. When we feel anxious, we may feel our heart beat faster. So emotions also have a bearing on the health of the heart. So keeping yourself happy is the third most important thing. Now the fourth point that we need to keep in mind is to maintain a healthy body weight. There is a very well proven connection between weight gain or being overweight and heart diseases. So as far as possible, maintain a healthy body weight. Even overweightedness is now becoming a problem in school. In school children also, it is called as childhood obesity. So when that happens, it is more difficult to manage your health down the line, in the years down the line. So even while you are in school or studying or when you are young, it is important to keep in mind that healthy weight is an important factor in maintaining a health. So make sure that you don't eat too much, make sure that you don't have a sedentary lifestyle, and that will help to maintain a healthy weight. Now the fifth point is very easy to do, which is to sleep well. You need at least 8 hours of sleep in a day, and sleeping is a big relief to the body. That's the time when a lot of reparatory work happens in the body. So make sure that you sleep 8 hours. Special message to teenagers: don't sit late in the night playing with your gadgets, playing games, PUBG, Fortnite, etc., etc. So sleep early, get up early, and that will keep you happy. And the last thing is something that you may not have to do now, but it may come up later in your life as you leave school. There are some influences they come in, things like tobacco and alcohol, smoking, things like that. So remember, those are very, very harmful to the heart and to the blood vessels. So avoid down the line, later in your life, avoid tobacco, try to avoid alcohol as much as possible, and that will also be very good in the long term. So these are very simply 6 important habits that we can cultivate that will help us maintain a healthier life, not only for the heart, just for the entire body, for our mind, for our body, in a holistic view. These habits will go far in making you stay healthy. So that's the end of my talk today. simple things, but remember these things and stay healthy.
We don't know what course the pandemic will take in the future, but we know that taking care of our hearts right now is more important than ever. Before we culminate, I would like to place on record my deep sense of gratitude to Dr. Harikumar Menon for being kind enough to be an integral part of this function and for giving us a very informative talk. Thank you so much, sir. I also thank Principal Srimati Ramadevi KP, Vice Principal Srimati Sridevi A, and all the teachers for organizing this program. Thank you all.